from French Toast. We watching Grand Prix, FIDE Grand Prix. Shout out to y'all, chat. This is going on YouTube right now. We had to do this. So I don't even know what the ending was. We saw most of the game because we were streaming this and it was live. And we're going to call this from French Toast because I don't even know how he won the game. But we saw the French, and remember this happened E4 and then E6. So this is going to go into the French YouTube playlist so you guys know. So you guys are in there because I'm going to link that into the description in the video because this is we got, I mean, I don't even know how many are in here. You guys can tell me obviously in the comments, but that's going to be how many videos do we have in our French playlist here about beating on the French again. Bruh. So E4, E6, D4, D5, knight C3, knight F6. Okay, E5, knight. This is all stuff that happens, right? Okay, and then it says the guy, right? The French man. Yeah, that was actually on Twitter. I saw that on Twitter. They was talking about how the French man played the French, right? That's kind of funny there, right? He got French fried, French toast, right? Oh, man. All right, so F4. So after F4, C5. This is all theory, by the way. Knight F3 and then knight C6 and bishop E3. Right, many ways is pawn takes. I think queen b6 is a move, a6. And I actually don't play this way as white. I play different ways. I have recently studied this way as white as I found out that I like some aggressive lines with the castle queen sides that they had here. I was a big fan of them, actually. a6, a3 from Yesepenko here. Let's actually move this over here. Okay, c takes, knight takes, bishop c5, and queen d2. All stuff that usually happens without these moves. As well, castles, rook b8, and he's going for like b5, obviously. Knight's hanging right now, we need to deal with that. h4, I like this move again, and you also have this rook lift, which is very nasty. That happens in many cases, and which we looked at in the game. It did happen, takes, b5 with the b4 option coming. We played rook h3, which is pretty cool, and then right here, as we was looking at it, chat, y'all remember, we was looking at this, and I was like, bro, we should probably move this bishop, it feels like, because I don't like the fact that he could trade. Maybe play queen b6 and play b4, put pressure on down the file here. Pawn takes b4. Like, we didn't like this. So I was thinking move the bishop maybe where. Bishop e3 doesn't help because you kind of cut off the rook's connection to help defend on the third rank. Bishop f2 is kind of weird, and bishop g1 just feels weird. But the engine liked bishop g1 and f2 here, as we see bishop g1. h5 is 1, and bishop f2. Yeah, these are all almost. Okay, but what happened again? What did he play? He played... Oh, B4. This right here threw me off, bro. Like, B4. He played B4. Why not move the knight? You talking about the C knight? Well, where would you move the C knight? Where are we moving this knight? You don't even have any moves. 92. You are going to move this, but right now it's not. You need a good route for it. And you're also blocking the bishop. So you need to move it, though. We are going to move it, though. It's just not now. B4, and then pawn takes. And now it needs to be moved. I think he did move it to e2. Yep, knight e2. He's defending this pawn, by the way, as well, because f4 was hanging. Knight b6. Now this one is not so much French toast, right? As you would see right now, this is actually a pretty good French right now. This is not the worst French, but obviously the bishop, as we can just move this around like we kind of did in the game. We move the bishop and we can take him off the board right now, and this position looks exactly the same as if the bishop was right there. Right? What's up, need a drink? What's good, girl? Yo, we doing a YouTube video right now. This is French toast, right? Because we don't know what happened at the end of this game, but we do know that first off, the French was played out the opening, and secondly, you know, the white won. So we need to see what happened in the end. So rook c3, he plays rook c3. The knight obviously jumps in here, pretty nice. Knight can move, and then the bishop can attack it. But he plays g3 to make sure everything's solid. So now when I move the knight, f4 is not hanging anymore. After bishop d7, the bishop was doing the same thing on c8 as it is on d7. Sorry, no problem. Need a drink? No problem. This is for y'all anyway, chat. All right, so bishop d7. I mean, obviously the rook can move, but here's a classic French trouble. Knight to g1. I thought this move was pretty fire, actually. With knight f3 intentions, knight e5, bishop h3, and rook e1. All the pieces are being active, right? This knight was very hindrance, or a hindrance to the position. If we go back, here, this knight was pretty terrible. Pretty terrible. Bishop can't do anything. I mean, it can't do anything here. It can't go this way. Knight to g1, bishop e8, rook e1, right, with the e-file action, a5. Then what did he play? Knight f3. Okay. And this is where we kind of, we saw all of this. We saw all of this live We can't play queen takes d5. I was looking at this, guys. I want to show you guys this. What's up, Frag? Queen takes is actually a fatal error. You see the engine go crazy there. Queen takes b4, and GG starting the game here, right? This is pretty ugly. Wait, actually, that's kind of weird. As a human, it's so scary. So maybe are we just taking this and winning somewhere else? Maybe it's queen a7. Is it this? Oh, wow. Probably this one. Wow. Queen a7 and the queen's hanging. And there's mates. Oh, my goodness. Bruh. Jeez. Yo. That's crazy. Thanks for the follow. Narcotics. So, but obviously pawn takes. This is what the intention of queen takes d5 is, to do that. But he doesn't have to do that. He can just move, and obviously you're losing there. So we saw this. We didn't do it. But he played, what did he play here? Well, he played rook b3, defending the b4 pawn because that was hanging. That was straight up hanging. So rook to a8, right? Threatening check, but it's actually not threatening it at all. The queen can take it, and you can block with the rook. So queen to c5, he said, go ahead, check me. You can do whatever you like. I'm going to block with the rook. I'm good. And then queen take. Oh, he didn't take it. He played queen b7. I was looking at queen take. So bishop takes c4. He trades. Right, b4 is still defended. The king looks a little loose over here. And these castle on opposite sides of the board like this, right? Whoever gets to the king first in these type of situations is going to win. So, yeah, that's what it's all about right now. So rook to b1, he actually kind of stopped. Obviously, the rook a1 check as well, and getting the rook into some safety. You also have b5 now because the rook is behind the passed pawn, and we can push this. Which I think he does. Yeah, he actually does it right now. Bruh. Look at that, bro. Playing b5 here and literally like getting his pawn up the board. Bishop e4, he brought the knight in. Rook c8 seems logical, but he immediately blocks it with the knight. And I think this is where we left off. I remember leaving off rook f7 and rook a1. After this is where we left off. I remember seeing this and was like, oh, white's got to be better, right? Bruh. Even right here, obviously, the it just says plus 1.2. Stockfish here, Stockfish new. Plus 1.2. So, I mean, but I don't think you can go rook a7 yet, right? Like, let's say random move. Now, rook a7 is not really the threat yet. And even here, it's even completely losing. Is it just rook takes c6? Here? I think it's just this. The idea here, if you take, is taking here. And then if you take the queen, then I take yours. Then you take the rook, and I take as well. So a lot of you were thinking, oh, he's just going to go. Well, I'm done a piece right after push. I'm taking the pawn. So, you know, a lot of people were thinking rook a7 is the threat, but you can't actually go here. But rook a1 is very good. It does take the file. We just have to regroup, maybe like a king d2, rook b1. But let's see what happened. What happened? So, okay, this didn't happen actually in the game. So let's refresh. Takes here. He went here, and all this other stuff happened. Knight d4, knight c6, rook here. All right, here we go. Rook c7. Okay, so what did he blunder here? Let's see, chat. Let's try to figure this out. What happened here that he won? I mean, this wasn't even that long, guys. Like, we dipped out and came back, and the game was, like, over, right? It was, like, over. Like, we wasn't gone long at all. And we came back, and the game was over. We was looking at another game. So what happened? What happened here? b6 is not it. Rook a7 we know doesn't work, right? Maybe g4, f5. Thanks for the follow, fake smile. What about rook takes? Rook a7. Oh, you know what? I need a drink here. Here you go. Garbage. Like, see, you know what? I don't even. Rook a7. Rook a7. Rook a7. You know what? You know what? He said I was just testing you. Bruh. No, I was testing you as well. Garbage. I was testing you as well with the garbage button just to make sure that it was still fresh and it works every time we see you. Just to make sure. Just to make sure. Just to make sure. Fake smile. Thanks, man. What's up? Welcome. Hello, hello. I'm very curious though. If this is G4, F5. Yeah. No, nonchalant. What's up, man? Or no shunt? No problem. He played Rook A6. Is that the live move? I think that's the live move. He plays Rook A6. Interesting. Defense. Maybe King D2 and shuffle. King D6. I could go this route too. Maybe I could. I mean, literally. Wait, no. Probably this way is probably wrong. You stepping in here. It might have some tactics there. But here might be a move. Weirdly enough. Or just move the rook. I don't have to move the king at all. Just move the rook up. Oh. Oh. Bruh. Oh. Oh, I didn't know he was gonna do that. He really did it. Was there any other moves? Like, I mean, I'm pretty sure he had. I mean, look at the other moves. Yeah, C3, H6, H5. Not queen takes A6.
Bruh.
Bro moment indeed. Yeah. And again, guys, remember the French, right? This is called the French toast video here. The French, bishop C8, bishop. Like, it's out, you know, this is good. It probably took forever to get the bishop here, right? But in that time, I mean, what happened? He just had, I mean, he gave his queen up.
Bruh.
For all you French players out there, if this is what you want, hey, you know what I'm saying? Hey, let me turn my saber on. For all you French players. For all you French players there. It's okay. It's going to be all right. It's going to be all right. Now, you know, some French games are very, very strong, but hey, this is crushing. It's absolutely crushing. So he takes, rook takes. All right, so let's see how we do this. Where could he go? I mean, he got many moves, so you probably don't want to give this up, right? Maybe just queen here. Maybe just queen b5. Easy move. Easy move to make. Ties the rook down. Threatening to push on a7. Threatening to push on a7. Who? My check. Who? My check. Okay, so that goes way up. Maybe queen d7. Queen d7 hits e6. Yeah, it hits e6. Okay, I mean, what? Be careful here, though. Like, don't give him any counterplay. Maybe take with check first because I can, but I don't have to. I could just push the pawn. I could definitely do that. Oh, but there was a... did he just... I guess he resigned after he moved. There's no more moves. He literally resigned. He didn't even want him to move.
Bruh.
Oh, my goodness. He didn't even want him to move. He resigned after he moved here. He just played c3 and then resigned on White's move. Seems like, yeah, that's it. White played c3. White couldn't even make the move yet, and he resigned. It's rough, man. It's rough. The French defense is, I think it was a very good opening starting out before people start learning how to attack you, right?
Bruh.
If you're playing somebody that don't know how to attack you or know how to be aggressive in the French defense, then you're going to have a great French defense. But if you have somebody that just attacks you, knows the lines, and is aggressive, the French is going to be a very scary, scary opening for you, right?
Bruh.
And the French, to me, it feels like I get a good center, but I have to, like, let him attack me the whole time. I have to be ducking the whole time. Even though I get a good center and I get good queenside development, I'm ducking and I'm watching out for booby traps and all kind of stuff. It's kind of crazy there. So yeah, but yeah, that's crazy. So French toast, queen d7, c3, and then we can play a7 or queen takes c6. Obviously, is coming, but that's it. That is the French toast, guys. French toast from Andrew Yesipenko from Grand Prix, FIDE Grand Prix. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed it. Make sure you guys are on YouTube. Subscribe to the YouTube. I'm gonna see y'all on the next one.